I have had custody of my sister since she was 11 years old when our dad passed away. I've had a girlfriend for 3 years, and she has stuck beside me, supporting me and supporting my sister. I got the opportunity to meet her parents. They don't approve of me or my sister. And I'm not quite sure of what I want to do because I'm ready to propose to my girlfriend, and I really wanted their blessing. But 4 years ago, 4 years ago, my father passed away. And when he did, my sister was all alone by herself. No one wanted to take her in because she's autistic. Even though she's high functioning, when she lets loose, when she unmasks, she can be a lot to handle. And no one wanted to take her in. So, in order to stop her from going to foster care, I watched her. I adopted her. And it was hard. It was hard because I was so lonely. My sister was there with me, but nobody wanted to date me. The only time I could even get a date is when I used dating apps because everywhere I went, I had to take my sister with me. I couldn't leave her alone. And dates would either go out with me with my sister or come back to my house with my sister. And she tried to help. She tried to be my wingman, and it was cute and stuff. But people my age didn't want to put up with that. I was 23 at the time. What other 23-year-old wants to watch another kid, let alone an 11-year-old kid with autism? They don't. So the most that I would ever get out of a date was a hookup, if that. And we went on about that for some months until we went to a restaurant. And it was this restaurant that I went to all the time. It was this waitress that I talked to all the time. And of course, my sister was with me, and she was coloring. And she told me that I should give the waitress my number because she likes me. And I basically told her all the reasons of why that was a bad idea and how it could come off as a creep and how, your proper restaurant etiquette, you don't flirt or, try to get your waitress number. You can make them really uncomfortable. And when I paid, my sister ended up tearing out a slip of her coloring book and put it in the billfold. And I was like, "What you put in there?" Then she told me it was a secret. And on the ride back home, she was giggling the whole time. And I was like, okay, what did you do? She said she wrote my number on a piece of paper, and it was a picture of me and the waitress holding hands. And I told her that was bad to do, even though I was proud of her because I secretly want to leave my number too. But I don't want her to like DOS us and leak our address to random people. So I kind of told her, hey, you can't do that. You can't be leaving your, my phone number around like that, stuff like that. And for the next few hours, I really thought about, how I could never return to that restaurant again until she messaged me. The waitress messaged me. And we went out on a date. Me, her, and my sister went and got ice cream. And she came back to the house and we hooked up. We had a good time. She let me know that she didn't want anything serious, but she was down for friends with benefits. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. That's cool. That'll work. 4 months down the line, we got into a relationship. She started being very supportive of me, of my sister. She was hanging out. Everything was great. Everything was great, and it was that way for 3 years. And that's when I finally met her parents. After 3 years, the system was good. My sister had friends' houses that she could go to whenever we wanted to go to the date in case in case we wanted some alone time. Some friends that she trusted. That way she could unmask and, be her true self. And when the date came up, we had no friends that could watch my sister, so she had to go. And I was trying to tell her parents, tell her parents to reschedule, but they couldn't reschedule. They're the type of people that don't want to reschedule unless you're in the hospital, you're sick, or you're dying. So me, my girlfriend, and my sister all ended up going on this dinner. And my sister is high functioning. She's high functioning, of course. So her parents had the wrong impression of her autism because they have, whatever they see online. So when they met my sister, they was talking all slow, all high-pitched, all, "Hi, it's very nice to meet you." My sister nervously laughed at her and introduced herself normally because she can mask it. And they're not quite understanding what that means. Like, in public, you can mask. You can wear a mask of who you are. You can fake it till you make it. And They kept trying to get her to unmask, which made her very uncomfortable. And they kept asking me questions about my job, which made me very uncomfortable. And it got so bad to the point where my girlfriend was berating them at the table, telling them to stop doing that, stop messing with her, stop that. That's not cool. And me and my sister just ended up going outside just to talk and wait for a minute. And we started joking about how they wanted my sister to act, how they wanted her autism to be, and we're assholes, so we got a little carried away. And we were doing it, and her dad walked out and saw us in our act, basically. And he gave me a look that said, stay away from my daughter. He gave me a look. That look that you know that only a parent can give you when they're being protective over their child. And I said, me and my sister are gonna go on ahead and head out. And I caught up with my girlfriend the next day, and she basically let me know that they got into a big argument when we left. And her dad believes that I am also masking my autism, that I'm autistic, both of us are. And if that her and I stay together, our kids will be autistic, and he doesn't want kids like that. He doesn't want grandkids like that. So she should leave me when she can. And she told him that he was wrong and that she's happy with me and that she's going to stay. And she really stood up for me, which made me feel really good inside. But like I'm saying, I'm planning to marry this girl, and I really wanted her parents' blessing. And I feel like I kind of messed that all up.